The Doornfontein campus closer to the Johannesburg CBD. This is where a lot of students are also complaining about the tension. They complain and say that they're confused, they're not understanding what is going on because a lot of students are not aware of the shutdown that was planned for today. But with me, I've got Tshireletso Mati, a UJ student activist, to give us more information on the plan of motion that was set for today. Tshireletso, thank you so much for your time. Can you tell us what was the plan of motion for today?
Look, for today we were looking to start with UJ, particularly as the leaders of UJ. We want to start talking to students. We want to start uniting students because the most important thing right now is unity. We have learned from Christmas Fall last year that unprincipled unity will only compromise us, and with unprincipled unity we are not going to obtain free education. So we want to sit as the leaders of the University of Johannesburg, talk to our students, get what our students want, then move forward with the mandate of the students, not the mandate of who knows who is sitting where, like South is doing. South is calling students to take to the streets, but their leaders themselves are not taking to the streets. They are taking students to the streets, but they have no intentions of protesting or any mass demonstration. They are just trapping student leaders into arrests and suspensions and more suspensions, because you must understand that here at UJ we have two issues of paramount importance, which is the fees must fall issue and the suspensions. So now the issue of the fees must fall is also diverted by the fees commission that is ongoing. We know that the fees commission is just a cosmetic process to divert us from the real conversation of fees must fall and the real conversation of free education. So there is no commission that has ever been fruitful in South Africa, from the TRC to the Arms Deal Commission to the Marikana Commission of Inquiry. There is no commission that has brought us anything as South Africans. So we don't think a commission can give us free education. For us to get free education, we need to unite as students and fight for the free education on the streets.
So are you saying that regardless of the fee increment, as Bladen Zimande said, that he will announce the fee increment for 2017, what exactly are you guys planning to do after he announces that?
Look, last year we didn't have increment. So we are not even expecting to be talking issues of increment this year. This year we should be talking fees must fall, free education now or never. Because we had this issue of fee increment. We said thank you. Last year fees did not increase. All right, but now we need to start talking free education. They cannot be postponing our conversation with this fee increments, no fee increment, no fee increment. Until when are they going to postpone our struggle? This is the time for us as students. That's why we are saying now or never. It's free education now or never.
So you're saying the fees commission is just a delay tactic?
Yes, they are just trying to delay us because there's a fees commission, but simultaneously the Minister of Higher Education and Training is announcing increment. So they've already sat in their tables with their SRCs, with their SAUs, discussed the increment, signed the increment, agreed without consulting the students. And that's not what we want to do. We want to talk to the students, get what the students want. We know that the students want free education. We know that the students want the leaders who are suspended at UJ back. So those are the issues that we are working on with the students of UJ, in consultation with the students, not just making decisions wherever we're making them and telling students to go to the streets while we're sitting in our offices.
About today, there were many rumors circulating about shutdowns across universities in South Africa. How true is that?
Look, the shutdown has been called for by South, and South are not people whom we can align ourselves to as students, because we know what they do, we know what they've done before, we know who they work for. They work for Bladen Zimande, they're the Minister of Higher Education's puppets. So now what they have today, a planned shutdown for today, is just to get student leaders who will be in the forefront arrested and suspended, so that when the announcement is going to be made of free increment, we are nowhere to be seen, we are in jail, we are out of school, like they've arrested 17 in UJ. Understand? There is no one in UJ who is going to sit and negotiate with the Vice Chancellor or the MEC of UJ. The SRC president is suspended, the deputy president of the SRC is suspended, student leaders from all organizations are suspended. Who is going to be the voice of these students?
So basically you're saying that you are not ruling out the possibility of a return of the fees must fall movement that we saw last year?
Of course, fees have not fallen. The name of the movement is fees must fall. Fees have not fallen, so the movement cannot fall. Even though Bladen Zimande said students must fall, and we are falling. All over South Africa, universities are suspending students, vocal students, students who have been in the forefront of students and workers' struggles. So Blade said students must fall, vice chancellors are listening, students are falling. 17 fell last week at UJ. So now if the Minister of Education and the vice chancellors only listen to each other and they are not willing to listen to the students themselves, then we are going to have to go all out as the students to fight for what we think is a just and genuine cause of free education.
Tshireletso, thank you so much for your time. That was Tshireletso Mati, a UJ student activist who gave us more detail as to what their plan of motion was for today. Tshireletso mentioned the fact that there's a lot of division amongst the top student leaders, and he says he called for unity rather, and said they're going to keep on monitoring the situation and allowing more students to become aware of the movement that's still continuing.
Thank you very much for that update. We certainly hope that we get to resolution of this fees commission and fees issues soon.